Nobody can see him scrimmaging right now, but how's Chris doing after getting hit in the head last night? What was he able to do today?
Looks fine to me. Yeah, he's doing fine. I think he had a headache last night, but today he feels good. So,
we didn't get to ask you about it. That situation on the podium last night. But what did you think of the way Aaron played in the fourth quarter and how he helped his team down the stretch?
He was great. He kept things simple. He attacked. Great use of space. And, his energy really ignited our fourth quarter run. So it was great to see, and he's a guy everybody really pulls for.
Rick, what did you think about that opening tip, the uniqueness of that, of Buddy going right into the shot?
Well, at the time, I said, gosh, that must be the fastest basket ever scored in the NBA. I mean, and I remember Reggie doing that once or twice, right off the tip. But that one was just direct, and it was like almost the ball just almost didn't stop in his hands. It just kept going. So, pretty amazing play. And it happened because he anticipated the tip, and he was able to jump in there and steal it, and then he just let it go. But it got us off to a good start.
I know you gave a lot of credit to your assistants last night after the game. How tough is it to watch from the locker room and not be able to communicate with them?
Oh, I don't worry about communicating with this staff. This staff's got a lot of experience, and they know our team well. We've been together now for almost a year and a half, and it's really a great blessing to work with this kind of talent on staff. Lloyd, Ron, Mike, Jenny. Really experienced. I mean, Jenny Busick's got, I don't know how many games she coached in the WNBA, but she has a lot of head coaching experience. And one of her suggestions was key down the stretch of one of the ways that we were able to get the ball to Ben, and he was able to get the ball in the basket a couple times. So, but it's a great group. It's a blast to come in here and work with them every day.
In the last game you guys played against Cleveland, you went back to the two big lineup, and this time you didn't. Went small, stayed small. What did you like and not like about that in terms of how that worked out? Obviously, Aaron played phenomenally, and Miles did as well. But what were kind of the trade-offs, I guess, in terms of what you get out of playing small against a bigger lineup like that, and what you give up?
Well, right now, rebounding is a big challenge for us. Partially because we're playing smaller, partially because we're playing some great rebounding teams. And so playing smaller puts you up against it a little bit with rebounding. So talked a lot about it today. Zubac's at 29 rebounds last time we played these guys. He had a monster game. So we're going to have to block him out and have additional people blocking him out. And so, but that's the big trade-off. And this is where we are right now. I've talked about lineup fluidity pretty consistently. Nothing is set in stone with this group. So, and the guys have been great, dealing with changes that have come along.
Where does Buddy rank in terms of the best shooters or some of the best shooters you've ever coached?
Well, he's going to be one of the best shooters in history before it's all done. I've had some great shooters. I mean, Nowitzki's the greatest shooting big man of all time. Jason Terry is a great shooter, great scorer. Reggie Miller, Hall of Fame. And from the standpoint of just someone that really, takes their craft super serious. Buddy's up there with, in the top echelon of shooters. I mean, he lives it, man. He's in here all the time. He's in here at night. Days when we don't have shoot-arounds on the road, he gets a coach and gets to the gym and gets some shots in the morning. I mean, he really is serious about it. And he just absolutely loves the craft of shooting the ball.
I wanted to ask you about one of the highlights of the night, Aaron Nesmith's dunk. Your reaction when you saw it, and did you think he had that in him?
Yeah, I always knew he probably had it in him. I didn't think it was gonna come out that way. It looked like he was angry with the rim, he punched the rim. So, but it was great. It was great, seeing that and noticing that, the fans were really hyped, and it was great.
To that point about fans being really hyped, you've had 2 games with sellout or near sellout and really good atmospheres. It's your first chance to kind of experience that here. What's it been like?
It's been good. I feel like I wouldn't say Pacers basketball is back because it's always been Pacers basketball, but we've been having a good year so far. I'm looking forward to have a lot better, more games, better games coming ahead, and I feel like it was great, having the fans coming out and showing out love and showing support.
You brought up to Pat after the game that the fans made a difference. Does that make a difference to you personally?
I'm gonna say personally because I just try and go out there and play my game, but no, for sure, when me and my teammates make a huge play, I feel like the crowd gets us going, and I feel like it's really a great moment, basically.
What do you think has made you guys better at closing games the last couple? Obviously, you had some struggles pulling on the leads, and then the last 2, obviously Atlanta and Cleveland last night, you guys were able to put away.
I feel like
what's got better?
Pretty much just struggling early. Like the past couple games, we were. It was really tough for us to finish games, so we were able to watch film, the next day on, trying to adjust how we could finish games.
What are some things that you had to fix to adjust? I mean, like as far as what kind of boxes did you guys have to check, I guess, to get right in terms of how you were handling fourth quarter?
So pretty much just shot, the way we took shots, shot quality, being smart about the time, and just making the right play.
New Year's is always a time to kind of reflect back. What's the last year been like for you?
It's been good, man. It's been good. I was at Arizona, my second year, and it was really fun. I feel like me and my teammates back then, we had a good time. Looking forward to having a good time this year.
Any resolutions?
Just being myself, man. Just being myself.
What's impressed you about what Buddy's been able to do in this last couple of weeks? I mean, I think he's shooting 70% from 3 in the last 4 or 5 games. What's impressed you watching him as a veteran, seeing what he does to be the player he is, and what's it been like just to see him go through this kind of hot stretch as somebody who plays a similar position?
It's great, I think he's still leading the league in made threes, which is great, hopefully he goes down as one of the greatest shooters ever, and I feel like he has a chance to. He's been putting in work, he's been locked in all the time, and he's pretty much a great teammate. So I really hope he has he achieves his goal as becoming one of the greatest shooters of all time.
You're obviously somebody who believes in work ethic, who's got a lot of your game out of that. I mean, what have you seen from Buddy as a veteran? What are some things you've learned from him by watching what he does all the time to get as good as he is?
It's pretty much his work. He loves to work. He loves to win, and I feel like he's such a great shooter. He's pretty much able to involve his teammates, just by blurring or cutting and stuff, so one of the teammates can get a shot.
Tyrese said that Aaron's dunk was the best dunk he's seen in person in a game. Would you rank it similarly yourself?
Yeah, yesterday was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good dunk, but my dunk against TCU was better, right? Was it? I think it was better. So, well, if you guys, get out the media and stuff, make sure you guys show my dunk, all right?
Is it hard to focus when you're reacting to a play like that on the court?
Sure. A dunk like that was, was different, but I'm pretty good at keeping my calm and stuff. Yesterday was good, it was nice.
Been asked about the dunk from Aaron Nesmith last night, but I didn't get a chance to ask. So, was he told at halftime, go up and dunk that after a play in the first half?
I think guys have been on him a little bit about it. Just going to the rim stronger, finishing. So I think he's a guy who's sneaky athletic. You wouldn't really, anticipate that from him to get up that high. But man, it's a crazy play. Big time momentum shift for us, and that really changed the game in the fourth quarter.
I don't know what's gone more viral, his dunk or your reaction to it. Can I get that facial expression?
No, I couldn't do it again. It's just in the moment.
in general, you've complimented his play on both ends, but how big was he, and how much growth have you seen since the start of the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's been huge. He's been huge. I think experience is the biggest teacher, and you know, for him to get this experience as time's going on, get more minutes, I think it's really helping him. But I also think also think what's helping him is he played some high-level basketball around some high-level guys in the finals last year, wherever the Celtics lost the year before that. I mean, he's seen the game at the highest level as well. So been around some great basketball minds, great basketball players. I think that's helped him play so well. And he's just playing free, having fun. He's just excited to play again. So I think that's allowed him to play so well.
After the loss to the Knicks, you stood right here and lamented the fact that you only won one of the previous 5 games and said if we win 4, we win 5, or the tenor of our season changes. Now you've won 4 of the last 5, and do you feel like the tenor is changing back in the direction you want it?
For sure. We just got to figure out we're just figuring out how to close games right now, whatever that is. If that's me being ultra aggressive and kind of looking for my own, whether that's me getting guys involved or us getting stops so we can play more in transition. We're not slowing down as early in the fourth quarter as we were earlier in the year. It's just kind of trial and error and kind of figuring out that way. Coaching staff has done a great job of having constant conversation with me as to where I can be better at closing games, so everything's helping right now.
One thing that's kind of involved in closing games, a little bit of a nerdy question, but one thing you guys do a little bit of is lead the clock before 2 minutes off a made basket. You roll in and pick it up so the shot clock doesn't move, the game clock does. Is that something you're seeing teams do a lot more? Is that something you guys have made a point to do a lot more? And what kind of value do you see?
Yeah, I think it just makes sense through the course of a game, especially if you have to walk it up anyway, let it roll. Teams aren't really picking me up full court as it is, so I think they have to respect my ability to get by guys and us as our firepower in transition, playing up and down. So they're not really picking up, so trying to roll the ball, get the clock going. I think it's important. It's just kind of the little game management things. See teams do it all around the league, so you know, we just got a lot of great basketball minds in here, so just taking advantage any way we can.
How much do you think it does for you in the course of a game? How many seconds do you think you can lead off?
Depends on the game. Depends when we start doing it. I think it's just more so about if we're going to walk it up anyway, let's do it to our advantage a little bit as well. Let some time go off. So, because you know we want to play fast all the time, so it's got just a little bit of game management stuff.
New Year's Eve, some time maybe for reflection. How would you put into words what the last year has been like for you and where you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a crazy start to the year for me this year. But man, it's been an amazing year for myself personally, just growing mentally, physically, in all these different ways. This year's just been awesome for me. I think there's a lot of great years to come moving forward, and man, just 2022 has been a great year, so just looking forward to more of those.
DJ, I wanted to ask you about Miles, who's been playing very well this season, and you've been with him for 4 years now. How have you seen him improve this season? What do you feel like he's doing better than maybe in past seasons?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was here, these last 3 years, he's been paired with Domas, so he wasn't necessarily our main 5. After we traded Domas and came in with a plan this summer, we're going to have him at the 5. I think he's been really, really good. He picks his spots where he's able to roll, where maybe he wasn't able to with Domas, because Domas is down there a lot, and Domas played at a high level down there. So to see him, kind of go down there and show his abilities down there, and obviously we've seen him pick and pop for 8 years, and he's really good at that. It's been really fun to see.
Now that most of the core of this team has shifted through during his time, where have you seen him grow off the court as well?
He's always been a vocal guy since I've been here. Great leader, and the type of leader that does it on the floor as well. Just not with his voice, but he plays incredibly hard and is an example for the young guys, and he's doing a great job of that.
Tyrese has talked a lot recently that for him he's had to work on being more aggressive, especially to close games. You're also kind of a pass-first guy. Can that be a hard mindset shift at that position to think about hunting your own instead of being a distributor at times?
Yeah, I don't really have that mindset to go for my own. Not a big one-on-one guy, but this guy Tyrese is pretty special with his ability to get people the ball, and then when the other team wants to fan out, he's able to get to his spots from 3 or get to the rim. Makes him incredibly tough to guard.
What's impressed you about Andrew and Aaron on defense? What they've allowed you guys to do is they've sort of risen up to take on some of these bigger assignments.
Yeah, I mean, just their ability to guard everyone. Like tomorrow, probably putting Andrew on Kawhi Leonard, and he's guarded LeBron James and the main guys, and same with Aaron. Just their ability to be able to guard everyone and do it at a high level. And Andrew, man, he's doing it as a rookie. It's really special, and it helps our team a lot with those two guys, the way they work on defense.
Kind of a nerdy question. One thing, it seems like more teams are starting to do this, like late in games, obviously before the 2-minute mark, bleeding clock by rolling the ball out and not picking it up until you have to, basically, so the shot clock doesn't start, but the game clock does. What kind of value do you see in that? Is that something that you think has helped you guys as you try to shorten games when you've got leads late?
Yeah, Mike Weiner's been really big on that. Shout out to him. He keeps us engaged with that when we can do it, and if you can run 20 seconds off a clock without the shot clock starting or getting an 8-second call, you do it. If they're not going to press you and make you pick it up, it's something that we need to and continue to take advantage of.
Is it valuable because you guys play so fast and teams want to get back on you in the first place, so they'd rather do that and give it up to you then?
I mean, when teams try to slow it down on us because of how fast we play, and they shrink it to a half-court game, running as much time off the clock as possible is big for us.
19-31 outside the three-point arc yesterday. What led to that execution and maybe the good looks you were getting?
I just think unselfish play, making the extra pass and getting in the paint. We've really emphasized getting into the paint and relocating and passing the ball. And if there's a closeout, making the extra pass, and we've done a good job of that.
Buddy does not like to talk about himself shooting, but I think he'll let you talk about him, right?
Just kidding. Yeah, he is. Honestly, his mindset and his personality is the same every day. He's as positive as they get, and he's a great teammate. He uplifts his teammates, and his energy is infectious. It's been really enjoyable to be his teammate the last 1.5 years. Just a really good guy.
I'm sure all season long, if he's open, you're going to try to find him. But even more so this month of December, the numbers are just almost unheard of what he's doing. So is it even more of an effort? Find a way to get him the ball because he's probably defended a little differently.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're not looking for Buddy Hield for a three, we're doing something wrong. He's shooting it at a really high clip and doing it as one of the best shooters in this league, and we need to continue to find him. He's going to keep moving and try to get himself open. He's been guarded like that his whole life. So we just have to make a concerted effort to continue to get him the ball.
TJ, what do you enjoy most about being a teammate with Tyrese on and off the floor?
I feel like just his personality, someone of his stature and what he's doing. He doesn't have an ego. He's not arrogant. He's a great teammate and a great person. And someone who I think I can speak for everyone. We enjoy being around every day. He makes it fun, and we're lucky to have him here.
Has he changed the culture since he came in along with Buddy?
Yeah, like I said, he's just a good person. When you want to build a culture to do things the right way, you bring in good people. And we certainly brought in a really good person in him and Buddy, and we've got really good people here. So, just from the standpoint of, off the court and being a good teammate and a good person, he's as good as it gets, and on the floor, he's as good as it gets as well. So, like I said, we're lucky to have him, and he's proving every night why.
What makes him good at connecting people? That's the word Rick uses over and over. He's a connector.
I just think it's natural. When you're just yourself and you're that type of person, it just comes natural to you, and he does that on a daily basis. There's no high, low. He's the same every day. Buddy's the same every day, but and as a teammate as well. You never see. When he's playing well, he gets a little excited, but when he's playing bad, you don't see that, and that comes naturally. He's a great leader already in his third year, and everyone looks to him. It's impressive.
think we might see some more Aaron Neesmith dunk attempts after what we saw yesterday?
I sure hope so. That was one of the best things I've seen in a long time. I mean, I told him to stop taking a page out of my book when I drive to the lane. I usually get that high, but so we'll see.
Is that play off a jump ball instinct, or did you and Miles have a conversation before the tip?
I think it's all instinct. It's been aggressive from the start. It's been just trying to. I think it was Jared Allen. I don't know who might have tipped. I think Jared Allen or Miles. I didn't really watch who tipped it. I told Jared Allen, but it's just instinct. Me being confident.
Have you been told that it is the fastest three in NBA history?
Oh yeah, yeah. Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Inform me quickly. Pretty cool stat though.
Since you brought up Twitter, Instagram, what's it like after a game like that to kind of scroll through and see what people are saying, not just about you, but about this team?
I don't pay it no mind. I see it. I just best practice because we haven't done nothing yet. You know, it's just 2 games over 500. You know, we haven't made the playoff and any of that, so we just got to brush past my mind and just move on to the next.
You have won 4 of the last 5, though, and you've beaten some really good teams. What's been the key to the success of the last couple of weeks?
Closing games. Previous 5 before that, we didn't close, and we didn't get good results. And it's closing games and playing together.
What do you think you guys are better at when it comes to closing games? What are some things that you focused on changing? What do you think you have?
Just got to figure out how to lock in mentally, make plays, and want to make plays and be in a position and just don't get too stagnant with our offense and try to go one-on-one every time and try to, like, not say be hero ball, but like play in the offense where we can get constant movement to get a great shot, and instead of us going one-on-one or just baiting what the defense wants us to do. And I think that Ty did a great job, and he's getting us in good spots. And Miles, me, Ben, and we did a good job to finish the game collectively as a group. Aaron making big plays, so that's what we're being focused on.
You said a few days ago you don't like to miss. I don't know if you know. Like, can you feel right now that you've been shooting really well these last couple weeks?
Next question.
How about how teams are defending you? You've always been the subject, I'm sure, of scouting reports. Are you noticing even more of an emphasis of late?
You know, I just no matter what, you just got to figure it out regardless. You know, every team that plays you, they can bring different types of screen, top block you, chase you, whatever. Just got to figure it out. We got to run harder. I got to be more deceptive, you know, try to find these good open shots. And my teammates finding me in the right spot, so hats off to them.
A couple games ago, you had 9 rebounds after the third quarter. I mean, are you trying to do more on the glass right now, especially considering that, you know, is an area the team could make some improvements?
We all coaches being emphasizing like us doing the glass, helping the bigs out. I didn't hold the ball, helping the bigs out, but you know, just being aggressive, trying to help Miles out. You know, because you know we have every night is a task. You know, guarding a big or just some 7-footer down there. We had a sandwich rebound, so just trying to get a loose once and try to get on transition so we can run faster.
You obviously had to open on a big last night guarding Jarrett. You know, as you guys are playing small, that's probably going to happen for you every once in a while.
Say it again?
You had to guard a big last night.
Yeah.
To start, at least you were dealing with Allen to start with. I mean, that's always going to happen a little more if you guys are going to keep, you know, running out the small lineup you are. How comfortable do you feel in those situations where you feel like you're doing well when it's coming to dealing with guys that are, you know, 3 or 4 inches bigger than you?
I just use my strength and my quickness to get around them. And we just white stay in front of them and try not to let them catch the ball in front of you. But you know, if you got a 7-footer and he gets me on his back, it's lunch meat for me. You know, so just trying to fight over quickly, beat them to their spots quickly, and fight and get them deflections and try to run. Once we do that, I think we'll be more efficient in the offensive end and getting more runs out and scores that way.
What did you think of Aaron's dunk yesterday?
Always the lead. I watched it like 200 times from every different angle. You know, I know he had it, but it was just like seeing in that type of moment, that type of atmosphere, and that where the game was heading. It was still caught in like an awe moment, like yo, like how you did that, you know. And I watched it like 200 times from every different angle I can possibly watch it from. It was a great play, big play, and we need it, man. And I needed for his confidence too to keep growing and grow up. Boosting, you know, when he come from Boston, you talk about even the opportunity to like play and him having to go there and play, and he's one of those guys on our team that he's just giving his all every night. So seeing a guy like him succeeding on the basketball court is great, man, and he's playing with a lot of joy. And that's as a teammate, you want a guy to play with a lot of joy, and he's doing that.
Gave you guys the lead. Is it hard to come back on defense and immediately focus after something like that happens?
I mean, hell yeah. I think we all like everybody hands on their head and then crowd reaction and our reaction and we just hyped up, but we always like, yo, what just happened, and so it's I'm on, but we had to log back in and get a stop. So it was great, man. We're happy for him. I'm so happy for him. He deserved it.
New Year's Eve game, how will you look back on 2022, the year that was for Buddy Hield?
Oh, blessed, man. Thank God for life, health, and strength always. Bringing me through this year, healthy, my family. We can be there's a lot we can be thankful for. I'm alive, healthy, and family's good, and it's going to the new year, just helping the team success and growing better and trying to get the playoffs.